Okay, I admit it, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I think I probably say that a lot. I want to do a sort of a desert, sunset, sky, landscape. And we're going to see how that's going to go right now. I'm going to use multiple swipe rags. And multiple colors. And try not to go all the way. And hey, if the colors are pretty enough, how bad could it be? I'm going to use colors that I think of as sunset colors anyway. And maybe a few that somebody doesn't. Got some leftover paint as usual. Come out. Dribble. Nope, that's not coming. Okay, well, looks like it's going to be more pink than anything at this point. Doesn't matter. It's all an experiment and you won't see it if I don't like how it turns out. I need a swipe color for the beginning of this, and I think, oh actually, I think I want some purple in there. Just fill that right in. I could use that purple, but I want a darker color than that. There it is, and hopefully I won't overdo this because I think a little of this is going to go a long, long way. So, here's my swipe rag. I'm starting with it quite large, and I'm going to fold it in half and use the hem side. And I'm going to lay that right down in there and let it get kind of soppy with paint. Put it over the edge and get ready to pull a swipe and hope it doesn't suck. And I'm out of your picture, but maybe I'm not. I'm going to take the colors I've got in there and let that just do as it will with the paint I've got left, because I had a feeling that might be kind of spectacular, and it looks like I'm not wrong yet. Now in theory we could probably let all of that drip down. And see how that turns out. I'm liking that blue in there. I want it to get too muddy. I do want to put some mountains in there, and I also don't want to waste this paint. So I'm going to try and use the paint I've got, although I did dump quite a bit of that right into the... I'll just do it quick. I'm going to steal some paint just to make it stop being white. Okay, that's interesting. Let's use a straw. Let's use a long straw so I'm not in your way this time. Not so sure about that end. Let's see what happens when I skewer. These guys are always kind of random, especially sunset skies. Looks like we got a fireball over there. Maybe that's where the sun should be. I've got a dog that wants to go in the house, and his timing is really off. He's gonna have to be patient. I'm liking that. I am. I'm liking it. Alright, well we still have wet paint. I think I'm going to get really creative. I'm going to use some of that we just used, which is very dark, navy-ish. Sorry, dog. If anybody hears you crying, I'm not making. It's not super hot out here today, and I'm not making him suffer. I didn't make him come out. So, what color are mountains? They're all kinds of colors. Oops, splooge. That ought to be helpful. Wow, top came right off that. I wonder what this is going to look like. Hey, look, I found a color I'm supposed to be using. I think it would be good to add a little contrast in there. Reflections from the sky, shall we call them. Random colors added. Okay, so I have another swipe cloth right here, fresh, and I think I'm going to use that. I'm going to dip it in early, push it back over the edge again, put it back down again, put some paint on it hopefully. I'm going to give this a bit of a twist. Drag, and maybe even come in from the other side. Push some stuff up there. Drag some stuff out. Just sort of using my wet rag, sorry about the head, as a paintbrush. Dragging it along. I don't know if that looks like mountains or not to me. I don't think it ever mattered if you muddy such pretty colors, because they're only going to turn into a variation on this theme. And I think I want to come in from the other side. Put that down for a second. Let's see, I'm not a lefty. Get some paint out of the way, swivel that around, tap off the paint we have on the end, pick up that paint over there, and keep thinking mountains. I don't know if they're mountains, but they're pretty colors. I can always add a line of demarcation later, which is what I'm thinking I'm probably going to do. Take that. Sometimes I know what I'm going to do. This is not one of those times. Kind of like that. There's my mountainscape. Hills in the background. Question now is, what are we going to do in the foreground? That purple seems to be working out for me. Kind of liking how that's working. Very much, actually. And I'm not minding the mountains. Like I said, having squeeze bottles of paint is nice, because if you decide you want to change something or add a color, that's all readily available. See if we can get a little highlight going on over there. And how that looks. I have some missing paint over here. And you'll know that wasn't supposed to be there either. I really just want to go up in the sky and see what I can do. But I'm liking that hot red spot that reminds me of a sunset. Oops. Now it's not a hot red spot anymore. Now it's an orange spot. That really came out fast. That's okay. We can work with it. I'm not the kind of painter that gives up. I'm not so sure that needs to be down there, so I'm just going to use my skewer as a blending tool. Pick up some of that paint that needs to go obviously right in there. Let's see how we're doing. Not sure what that's supposed to be. I like that blue behind. I really don't want to lose it. Alright, I think we got a limited amount of time left on this. I want a little bit of pink. So much so that I'm unwilling to take a chance. Roll off the excess, tap it in place. Okay, so the foreground of this is going to have to be something else. And I'm thinking another rag. Pardon me while I squeeze a rag out. I don't really need to do that. I actually made up extras. So I'll just use an extra. Why not? I can't begin to imagine what this is going to look like, and I should have thought of that before. I did actually lay out some colors. I want some pale purple. The question is, do I have any? I wouldn't call that pale. I'd like to put some white in there, but I'm not sure white is what I really want. I'm going to pick this up right here. Hold it by the corner, drag it across, because I just want to see what this is going to do right now. I don't even know that I have enough paint, but I'm more than willing to see what happens. And if I need to add more, I'll add more. And this time I'm going to make sure I take what I've got on my rag, put it along the end. Maybe that's not so bad. Maybe I like that. So I'm just going to add some more. Tap down over the end. Let it take care of itself. Shall we put some shadows in the desert? How about seeing if that will do? And then, because that color wasn't really so bad, yeah, you know, I'm making it up as I go along, which is, hey, look at that. Can't stop everything from going where it wants. I can tap, tap, tap. Sometimes you do one thing and find out it looks good for another reason. I like the feeling of the hills there. I'm not sure that that's what this looks like up here. Spread that sunshine, that sunset over the top. That is just an anomalous thing that's hanging out there, and even though I love the color, I need to do something with it. That's better. I like that. I'd like to actually put a little more of that up at the top, but I'd have to be able to find it first. What did I do with that? There it is. Still haven't made up my mind what we're going to do with the bottom yet. I do like that color. Just add a little contrast up at the top. Maybe grab my, really? Grab my skewer. Yeah, I like that. Roll my skewer. Use that paint. Make sure it goes over the edge. Mix it up a little more. We have a few cells, not many. That's okay. I'm not worried. It's not a problem. I do have a wet rag to wipe my tool off on, but I really want to do something else here. What do I want to do here? That's a good question. I think a small rag. I made up a bunch of these just for exactly this reason.